Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Mack Jehu, Big Mac, whatever you want to call me, and got BigSam over here. You know, we doing festive seasons and all of that. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that stuff. Yeah, man. Today we're gonna talk about, obviously legendary stuff. Stuff that's been going on in the rap game. I got my DMX t-shirt on today. Rest in peace to DMX, Earl Simmons. Obviously, I feel like he was like, to me personally, I grew up on DMX, you know what I'm saying? And his music definitely was a big impact on me, man. But what was it like for you, like when you know what I mean? Because I know we spoke about DMX a few years back before he passed away. And like, you liked some of his songs, but he wasn't really like at the time, innit?
Yeah, it's funny because DMX, like for a long time, man, I was like, I like his, like, it was weird because this is gonna sound hella disrespectful,
Yeah,
but to me, DMX, when I was growing up, or even up until maybe last year or the year before, he was more of like a gimmick to me.
Right, I get you.
Where like, obviously, the Rough Riders anthem and there's a few others like the ones that were really mainstream.
Bait ones
is all
Party
I knew.
Up.
You know what I'm saying? Party Up. That, like, those are the ones that I really kind of knew. Like, and obviously I knew the tune of Cisco. When I was younger, I used to play it a lot.
Yeah, what do they want? I can't say it.
Yeah. What they want, and I don't know. That's the only tune I rated proper. I was like, okay, this is. But the other ones, I was a bit like, they're so bait to the point, they're so commercialized that I just lost any kind of feeling towards them. You know what I'm saying? But last year, Yeah, last year, funny enough, it's just before, he kind of passed. I started.
He passed this year, actually.
But as in, like, the fact that he just passed this year, and I only really did start listening properly last year.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think last year I had a bit of an evolution in terms of, like, I've always been open to listen to all kinds of genres and eras as well. You know what I mean? My playlist is the maddest playlist you can ask. You know what I mean? It's just
true, man.
It's the maddest playlist you ever hear. But I wasn't really in tune with the 90s 90s music as much as I should do. I was very in tune with Tupac's music, but not so much everybody and their catalogs as well. You know what I'm saying? Individual catalogs, which I am a lot more now. So I kind of one day, I think I was listening to Spotify. I was saying you earlier, like, you might play one song and let's say you run out of songs for that artist, it will then start to play similar songs of that era or similar, of that particular, similar styles to that song. And I remember Damien came on, right?
Part one.
Damien.
There's a few parts.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, so I didn't.
That's all I asked.
I didn't know that, but like, there's only one, like the first one.
But I prefer the part.
The one that we were playing that time.
I prefer the first one.
Yeah, so that's the first one.
Yeah.
So when I heard the first one, I was like, because no, actually, what happened was, I lied. What happened was, I think I must have watched either a Drink Champs with DMX or no. Right, no, this is what actually happened.
Yeah.
So it was the classic thing that happens, when somebody passes away. You start to really be like, yo, what was this guy on? You start to listen to their catalog all of a sudden. You start to go all the way back. And it's a shame because, obviously I've had all this time, to actually check it out, but it never occurred to me to really, because I just had it, I was so close-minded to DMX, man. I was just like, yo, gimmick, bait songs, that's it. I wasn't really, which is crazy because now I'm like, now I know what I know. I'm like, because people, would be like, oh, legend and stuff like that. And I'd be like, I get it, he's a legend. But I didn't really understand
why he was a legend.
I didn't really give him the same energy, let's just say, you know what I'm saying? And like before, I'd even see interviews where people would be like, yo, DMX or Tupac. And even the question alone would blow my mind, because I'd be like, what do you mean? DMX and Tupac? How you putting them in the same conversation? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now that I've listened to it, now I know what I know. I'm like, okay, I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? I still prefer Tupac, but I understand why it's even a conversation. You know what I mean? Anyway,
you'd be quite surprised because I've heard people say.
I've heard enough people say DMX.
Not even that, even people say, "Oh, Tupac's overrated." And
oh yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah,
which is blasphemy, by the way. You should never ever say Tupac is. That's
yeah,
crazy.
Funkmaster Flex at one time said Tupac's a party rapper.
So what? Dear Mama and Brenda's Got a Baby and all them tunes.
Yeah, but some people have see how you said. You didn't really.
Yeah, okay. So what, you feel like Funk? Yeah, but he's meant to be the guy, isn't it? He listens to everybody.
No, but he's a bit mad. He's a bit mad.
You're a DJ, and you know everybody's catalog.
I feel like I thought it was embarrassing to hear him say that, and I feel like he's it's because he's being biased because he was more close.
Biggie, New York, isn't it?
Yeah, he's more close to Biggie,
Yeah.
and I think he's hurt that Biggie passed away.
Yeah, but like, at some point you gotta start giving man his props, man. You gotta start.
It's disrespectful though.
But anyway, going back to when
I
heard, I think So anyway, when that happened, I was like, I think I was speaking to one of my friends, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, I can't believe it, man." Which obviously nobody could believe it, and he was saying how he was listening to his one of his albums and stuff, and I was like, damn, I've not actually listened to a DMX album, you know. Let me go back and really, you know, and it was the Damien album, and
Darkest Show had
that one, yeah. And obviously I started playing it, and Damien came on, and it literally just changed everything, man. I was like, what? I was like, what is going on? I was like, nah. I was like, it's like I was blind and I could see. Literally, that's literally what happened. Like, Damien came on. Then there's Nuff Tunes, man. Nuff Tunes.
I wish I played that to you.
You know what I mean?
Like, no, I wish.
Oh, when I was younger.
Yeah, I wish that I would have played that to you when you was younger, because then you would get a better understanding of. Like,
you know, Damien, How It's Going Down. Them two tunes specifically, I was just hooked on. Like, you know, Spotify always do the rap thing, like they rap, you know, always the songs that you play the most. And Damien and How It's Going Down were on my top 5, I think it was.
Come on, how's it going down?
You know what I'm saying? Because I rinsed it out so much, man. Like, and because I knew Drake did a sample a few years ago and stuff, and I always knew it was a DMX song, kind of. But I never really properly listened to his own version properly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's when they squashed the, you know, whatever they.
It's like I'm politicking. When we know I'm a creeper. Coming through.
It's the way he switches up his voice.
Man. And Damien as well is just nah.
You know, like, it's funny. Like, when I was a lot younger, I'll say about 14, 13. When I heard Damien for the first time, I used to laugh.
Because the voice you make.
So it's like, I had no idea he was talking about the devil, innit?
Yeah.
Like, having a conversation with the devil and how the devil will tempt you and make you do things you shouldn't do. And it's like, when I got older, I revisited the album again. I was like, oh shit. He was talking about what? And it's almost like Get said it on, I don't know what album Get said it on. I think he probably said it on Ghetto Gospel, the New Testament. And I think he said something about when he first heard Damon or something like that, he didn't, when he was younger, like similar to me, innit?
Yeah, he didn't understand like the actual meaning.
And then he understood the meaning as he got older. I think he said that. I need to go back to that album so it doesn't sound like I'm chatting shit.
Yeah.
So but yeah, man, it's mad. Like, DMX, what a legend, man. I feel like with DMX, I'll go back to some of the stuff. Do you know like when you listen to his albums, as much he's been compared to Tupac, I think there are some similarity there, because I feel like he's probably the only rapper that's had prayers on every album. And
Yeah.
and he was fearless. He was fearless. He didn't care what was trendy. He just did him. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think there's two things here like what you just said that come to mind, that people that really make it, or people that are really not necessarily make it, people that are able to really innovate to the point of like how do I explain this? I feel like to be a real genius, right, you need to be able to go against the grain, do something that you want to do, you know it's gonna work, but at first people tell you you're crazy. You know what I mean? You're crazy to be using that beat, or to be putting that sample on that beat, or to be using that instrument on that beat, or to be shouting on the track, or whatever it is, the way he would bark and all them kind of things. Yeah, people, he's not a conventional rapper where you be like, yo, I can see it happen, I can see it working, like, he's, you know, like, just pure bars. He was doing things that people would be like, what the hell was that, man? People think he's crazy and all these kind of things, but it worked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's nobody, he's probably the most unique rapper I can think about in terms of the ad-libs, and, you know, as soon as he jumps on the track, you just know who it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I remember that 1, 2, 3, 4 song, and he jumps on.
Oh, LL, yeah.
Right at the end, you just know. It's like, straight out the duck.
When I catch you with the sun is there,
running clowns,
I'm gonna gun you down.
Like,
believe that.
Like the way he just came through, I was like, nah, this guy's a boss, man. Like, he's just different. He's so different. Like, he's so unique. Like, you know what I mean? So, so going back to my point, I feel like people that are really able to stay up there and be iconic and be, you know, as big as they want to be are the ones that are doing something that hasn't been done. People say it's crazy at first, but then they understand. You know, I'm not saying this is similar or the same at all, but I remember like someone like Drake, for example, going back, people would not really rate him. The real hip hop heads would never kind of rate him or give him props. They'll say he's a singer, rapper, and all this kind of stuff. But as time goes on, you kind of have to respect it. You have to understand that, you might not like his music still, but you kind of respect that, this guy has done
himself.
He's done everything. He's being himself. He's singing when he wants to sing. He's rapping when he wants to rap. He samples. He does this. He does that. He does that. So eventually, and obviously, with the accolades that come with it, you then have to, and for the longevity as well, you then eventually have to be like, okay, you know what? Fair enough, man. This guy is different. Nobody's like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when he first started, I was saying he's like Wayne and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even he was saying that people were telling him that a lot, and he didn't understand it. But then later on, he started really, when he started to get a bit more control over his music and a lot more control of the creativity side of things, he was able to really put his stamp on what he wanted to do. And obviously, a Drake kind of vibe when you hear it, but in a way you kind of don't at the same time.
But I'm gonna say something though. What people don't understand is, like, Lil Wayne, I can't remember what year exactly, but I would say Lil Wayne was like as big as 50 was.
Oh yeah, like 06, 07, 08 even.
Yeah. Lil Wayne was the biggest.
08, when he went prison.
Yeah.
When he actually went prison, he was like the biggest artist.
It was the biggest, it was so to be compared to someone like that.
That's not a bad thing, actually.
It's not a bad thing, but at the same time it could, what's the word, backfire at you. Or,
of course, you
know what I mean? Because it's like...
Yeah, because there's been enough artists that have been compared and said, oh, you sound like this person. And because people are so serious about you sounding like that person, they never give you an opportunity.
Yeah, because they just
think you're copying that person.
And I think, you see, I don't know, I think this era, it's like people can kind of get away with it. And
yeah.
Like this era, like people can kind of sound like someone
and it be okay.
And it's kind of like an okay thing, but when I was growing up, like especially like as a young little boy and even when I kind of started doing music and that, it was a no-no. You could not sound like someone.
Yeah.
You could not try to copy someone's style, whether it was the way they rhymed, whether it was their beats, nothing. You had to be you. You had to be your own in original style. Even if that person inspired you, you gotta be you. You might be influenced by what they do, but to go and jack their style. I'm not saying that there weren't rappers that did it, that didn't do it, because they were, but it wasn't a lot. So, you know, like, at the time when Wayne was on top of the game, and obviously he signed Drake, innit?
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing, because Lil Wayne was the biggest rapper at the time, and he was hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was times, obviously, like, you know, he would make
do a few
songs that weren't that weren't for me, but
yeah.
So, you know, even with Drake, it's a great example, because I think Drake, he just kept on going. Imagine if he didn't
because I literally remember, because I grew up on but when I started to get into my teens, that's when Drake was basically coming up as well, like 08, 07, 09 kind of time, and obviously did Best I Ever Had and things like that. And I remember when he was doing, you know, he started singing, doing the Marvin's Room and Trust Issues and stuff like that, and people would mock him, you know what I mean? Unless you're of my generation who actually enjoyed it at the time, or like kind of could relate to it, the older generation or the more hip-hop heads would, you know, kind of look down on him, you know what I'm saying? And then and in a way you can kind of now you can kind of, because Drake is such a versatile artist, that you can't even point him to one particular genre. But the thing that kind of makes him, kind of defines him a little bit more, is when he does the singing thing.
But you know what it is as well? You see, I was having this, you know, it's mad, I was having this conversation with mum, like, today, like, it was crazy. I think I said something about, going off topic a bit. I said Stonebwoy is like, I think we're talking about Stonebwoy. Okay, so if you, for those who don't know, Stonebwoy is like a dancehall artist from Ghana, innit? But he's kind of getting his name out there now, innit? And there's this other guy called Shatawada. I'm sure everyone knows who that is now.
After Beyonce.
Yeah, he's got a tune with Beyonce. So I was saying that I feel like Stonebwoy is like the Afro dancehall king. And then and then obviously Mum was saying she disagrees. She said a king to her is somebody that's been there for a very, 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 very long time and left the test of time. And it just made me think, and I was like, you know what? That's true.
Did you say African dancehall king, or you meant dancehall king in general?
Afro
dancehall king.
Because I don't think you can't call him the dancehall king.
Nah, because I think there's what, I don't know, me personally.
What are you gonna say?
I feel like there's only one person. I feel like me personally, but then you might say on an older generation, you might think about somebody else. You know what I mean?
I mean, the original king's Beanie Man. Isn't it?
But yeah, exactly. But for me personally, I would never look at Beanie Man as the king. I would always look at Vybz Kartel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because, again, in my era of going to school and becoming a teenager and stuff, Vybz Kartel was popping. That's when he really went. You know what I'm saying? He really went mad.
Vybz is different with it though.
Yeah, he's
a proper wordsmith as well.
Yeah. People don't give him much credit for that, I'll probably say.
Yeah, he's a proper wordsmith. So yo, Mack Jehu, BigSam, a few technical difficulties in that.
We're back.
But we're back, like, you know. Yeah. Alright. So yeah. So you know, we talked about Drake, we talked about Vybz Kartel. And, you know, the main thing about today is, you know, we're rounding it up for the end of the year for the Mack Jehu show. Yeah, we'll talk about, you know, obviously an iconic artist like DMX. To me, it was not only was it wasn't only his music, but I would say it was his life story. Yeah. When you kind of know about someone's life story, it gives you a better understanding of what they represent in their music and how iconic he was. And you know what? I feel like DMX was very, versatile with the type of songs he made.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like he could make Slippin', make
honestly, yeah. When you know, again, when I go back, when I listen to his catalog, I was like, because in my head, again, it was very close-minded, but in my head, all I can think about is hype man shouting, and that's not really my thing. Obviously, there's times where I want to get hyped, and artists that I like when I go to the gym, or you know, when I get excited or whatever, and obviously he'll be in there for that. But after going back and listening to his catalog, I'm just like it's just crazy. The majority of his songs, he wasn't shouting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to me because that's all I knew him for. You know what I'm saying? Like Slippin', Damien, How It's Going Down. Obviously, there's so many others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Let Me Fly.
Yeah, Let Me Fly. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's
And his skits was funny as F, man. Oh my goodness, his skits would just make you laugh. Like even like, yo dog, that's my man's in there.
That's my man. Like,
so what I'm doing, cause my man's in them is doing. Now you feel me, dog.
The thing is, yeah, people forget as well. People forget that he was a decent actor as well, man.
Yeah,
you know
he was.
I mean?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like
he did a couple of things, man. You know what I mean? He did a couple of things. But yeah, guys, obviously it's a bit of a. It turned into a bit of a celebration chat for DMX. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. But
rest in peace to DMX and all the other legends that passed this year.
Yeah.
And the year before, and many years before.
Yeah.
We touched on other artists as well. So it's about X, but obviously we was able to talk about other artists and give them their platform as well.
Yeah.
But we're gonna end it here now, and happy holidays or Merry Christmas or
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and however you lot celebrate, just make sure you lot don't get too drunk. I'm joking. Enjoy yourselves, man.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Man.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.
Put my ex up.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Alright, peace.
Peace.